let's get going. Hello, guys. I'm gonna try not to look over too much because, that's just not safe driving. As you can sort of start to see, it's very foggy outside. And I apologize if my car makes any sort of grinding, squeaking noises. I'll try to cut any of that out if it bothers you. I'm so sorry. But, I work at a school that is 30 minutes away from my house. And it's such not a super long drive, but it's not the most fun drive ever. And sometimes I wish I had like a friend to come along with me. So I think in this video, it's just going to be soft-spoken, obviously, because you wouldn't be able to hear me very much if I whispered. You're going to hear car sounds. Luckily, it is pretty early in the morning. It's about 7. Normally, I leave around 6:30. But the traffic isn't bad at this time of day. And I've never heard anybody honk at each other at this time of day either. You might hear some windshield wiper sounds because it is so foggy out. I wish you could see truly how foggy it is. But anyway, welcome. This is Drama Queen ASMR. I hope you like this style of video. I've always wanted to make something creative and different like this. I would say that the inspiration for this video comes from back in the day, which was probably just a few years ago. Gentle Whispering ASMR, my favorite channel of all time. She's the one that introduced me to ASMR, really. On her channel, she would get rental cars, like really expensive rental cars, like Teslas and Audis, and one time she just did a Mercedes one with her own car at the time before she sold it. Not that that matters. And she would, at the end of the video, the video was more of a video about choosing cars at a dealership. And then at the end of the video, she would take you for a little drive. Not that that's very realistic, because you would need to test drive the car, but I still think it's a very nice way to end the video. Typically, though, she would do her driving at night so as to be, more quiet and serene. But, I drive 30 minutes to work and 30 minutes home every single day. Why not have a little enjoyable moment with you? The only thing that I feel like might interrupt any part of this video is that if I have to brake rather quickly, sometimes my brakes will squeak, and I'll just make sure before I have to make a break, I cut my speech off and make sure that it doesn't sound too squeaky. The great thing about this drive is that it is, like I said, about 30 minutes long, so we've got some time here together. And, that's rocky. And it's also pretty much all in a straight line. And I'm going to do my best, because at one point in the drive, you get these reflectors on the side of the road, and they make it so that if you at all drift over the white line, the car starts to shake, and it sort of goes drrrr, I just hit a red light here. It's making complete stop. But anyway, how are you doing today? It is a Friday, so I feel like it's appropriate to ask you how your week went. Did you do anything fun? What was I gonna say? Do you work like a normal shift work. I know for a long time I worked in food service and retail and stuff. I might adjust the camera the next time we make a stop. But yeah, I used to work in food service and retail, so my schedule was all over the place. But yeah, if you work a normal sort of boring, I mean normal when I say boring, the other way around, I mean boring when I say normal. You work a regular like 9 to 5 like me, but for me it's more like 8 to 4. Then this means a good thing, right? This is a Friday. This means that the week is ending and we get our nice little weekend. That takes about 2 seconds. And then we go back to work on Monday. And so I don't know if you know this about me. I am actually a high school teacher. So when I said I work at a school 30 minutes away, I meant a high school. And I know it's surprising because I'm only in my early 20s. But I got my bachelor's, and I decided, with an English degree that I thought I would teach and see how it goes, and I really enjoy it. And so the reason why I mention it is because lucky for me, once in a while you get a Monday off, or you get a long weekend, or you get a week's break. Like in March, when the third quarter of school ends, I'm going to get a week's break for spring break. That'll be fun. I won't have as much fun as the kids will, because I just like to calm down and relax during breaks, but we're gonna make a stop over here. This is pretty much the only turn we make for another 20 minutes. My blinker on, make sure I'm following the safety rules. Let me make sure I adjust you, make sure you're looking good. But yeah, how are you feeling? It's good to hear. Well, I hope it's good to hear. I would hate for you to be in a situation where you're like, it's not going so great. I definitely was in that place yesterday. For me, my emotions are very much tied to my stress, but they're also tied to my sleep levels. And I find that if there's any struggle happening with my sleep, that I don't fare very well emotionally. For instance, the other night I had coffee at the wrong time. I had it midday. I had it about 4 or 5. I was at a tutoring session, and I drank espresso from Dunkin', and all of a sudden, I'm awake, and I'm glad, because I tutor in the same town that I work in, so I still had a 30-minute drive home, and you need to be awake for your drive home. Maybe if I took you on rides more often, I would be more awake. But yeah, it was just too late in the day, so by the time I got home, I was very energized and very motivated, and I just didn't want to nap. And a lot of times I do nap when I get home, but that day I just didn't feel like it. I wanted to organize my whole apartment, and so I spent about 3 hours, so from about 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, just organizing my apartment. And so then I go to bed at 10. I never had a nap. I just go to bed, but I go to bed really still wired somehow, and also somehow extremely exhausted, because I had just spent 3 hours organizing after doing an entire 8-hour shift at work, right? And I don't know, I went to bed at 10, and I wake up at about 2:30 on my own. Nothing instigated me. No videos were playing, and nothing was happening. I just sort of woke up, and then for some reason I didn't go back to sleep until about 3 or 3:30. And then I had to wake back up in another couple of hours, because I wake up around 6 in the morning, maybe 5 5 range if I'm lucky. Because I'm somebody that I have to wake up, I have to take my vitamins, I have to eat, I have to get dressed and put my minimalist makeup on, and I have to, get dressed, and all these steps, they take a few minutes for me, because if I rush them, I feel like I would feel very sick. I would feel unwell, and then I wouldn't want to go to work, would I? All right, we're pulling up. It's going to be bumpy. We're pulling up on a 4-way stop here. Other than this, there's only one light on the way to work, really. So that'll be the only other time I think we stop until we get right to work, and then we'll just make a turn. And we'll go right into the school parking lot, okay? And I don't want to spoil anything about where I work, so we'll cut the video off there when I'm winding down, okay? But I like having these chats with you. It's really important to make sure that you get in your social, you fill your social battery, I mean, obviously, I get my social battery filled every single day, because not only do I interact with other teachers, I teach about 170 students every day. Also, I'm so sorry if the camera shakes throughout the video. I'll try to stabilize it, don't worry. There you go. Like I said, once we hit that light, we're going to get into bumpy territory, so I got to make sure that I am driving 100% in the lanes. Otherwise, I'm going to have to make a lot of edits to this video, because you're not going to like it when it starts getting bumpy. But anyway, let me make sure that I finish my conversation on my emotions being controlled by my sleep. So basically, that whole getting up at 2 in the morning and then falling back to sleep and then getting up again, all it really did was set off my my rest and ruin my REM. Typically, I go to bed around 10 and I wake up around 5 or 6, so I get a good 7, maybe 8 hours of sleep. So there's never really been a worry, but because my sleep pattern has been off lately, all of a sudden yesterday I went to tutoring again, and I just felt like crying, I was sitting there and somebody messaged me or something happened, and basically I get a notification, right? And I just, all of a sudden, it was like the straw that broke the camel's back. I was just, I want to cry right now. And you don't want to do that. At a tutoring session, which is very, minimal stress, it's just very calm yet fun, because you're teaching, and that's what I enjoy doing. So it should be very minimal stress, but for some reason I was just very exhausted, because the more exhausted you get, the more caffeine I seem to ingest, and the more that throws off the cycle, because on one end I need to be awake, and on the other end I don't want to be awake forever. But I guess that's the issue with coffee, isn't it? My nose is itchy. I hope the audio is good. I hope you can hear me well. Even if, this recording doesn't work out perfectly, it's all a testing. It's all an experience. Oh, we're getting behind a school bus. It's all an experience and learning opportunity, I guess you could say. And either way, it wasn't wasted, because I got to spend it with you. Oh, thank you. I want to talk about, if there's anything you want to talk about, we can talk about it, but I don't want to leave any dead air, so. There's this video I was watching yesterday. It was by Southern ASMR Sounds. Oh, I found my new person to watch. You ever just find an ASMR artist and go, that's who it is. That's who I'm watching right now. That's going to be my newest addiction. Because you'd never discovered them before, and then you find they've got years and years of content sitting there for you to enjoy, and it turns out you really enjoy their voice and their style and what they do. And Southern ASMR sounds, so the rabbit hole that I went down was, which I'm going to link her down below. I mean, I'm going to say her name 20 times, but I'll link her down below. Sorry, you can hear the cars whooshing. So what happened was, I love Peace and Serenity ASMR. She's like the reason I got into fragrance and perfumes. But I was going through her videos, and I ended up watching this video about a Tupperware party. She was role-playing as in the 1960s or something, and she was supposed to be a spokesperson at a Tupperware party where they used to, go to their friends, have parties, and sell Tupperware because it was the newest invention. And she had this Southern accent on, and I loved it. She was kind of like talking like this, And I thought, what if that's my new niche? Because that really gave me tingles, and I was like, oh, that Southern accent. And so then I start looking it up, Southern accent ASMR. I get to Grace V, and she is a channel that I love watching. She's an ASMR artist as well. It's just ASMR is in her name. I love her, and she did a video. She's done a few videos now that are Southern accent ASMR. And before she started off the video, she did a little disclaimer saying, I respect all cultures. Southern is a culture, and I'm not making fun of anybody with the accent, that sort of thing. But then she also made like a little note that she had gotten inspiration from Southern Sounds ASMR, and she'd been listening to her, Southern ASMR Sounds, sorry. And she had been listening to her, and she loved her accent, so she wanted to sort of mimic that. And I think I want to do that coming up. But there is this video by this Southern ASMR Sounds, and her name is Mary, and it was so good. It came out just about a week ago. And it just said explaining obvious everyday items or something. And basically she just takes these everyday items and she talks to you about them in a soft-spoken voice, and I really enjoyed that. But the catch of the video and the reason why it's actually a role play is because you're an alien. You're supposed to be an alien. And the whole idea is that you are new to Earth, and these are your training classes to understand basic Earth items. And it was amazing. I loved that idea. And I want to start doing more creative ASMR video ideas and implementing them and making them, because even though I'm obsessed with fragrance right now and perfume and everything, it's not the only thing I want to make videos about. There are already channels that do strictly perfumes. There are already channels that do ASMR and perfumes. There's I think it's ASMR perfume reviews, and I like her videos as well. But there's already people with that kind of content, and even though it's what makes me me, it's not the only thing I want to do. I want to do bug searching ASMR, and I want to do fluffy mic and soft spoken and whispers and lo-fi and hi-fi, and maybe one day get a really good setup and have like binaural mics. I don't know. I just want to keep making videos and expanding, because I found in terms of my happiness that nothing makes me happier than seeing a like on my video or seeing the view count go up when I've been at work all day, and the idea that someone's watching my videos while I'm at work, and then I get to see how many of you are here at the end of the day. It just really makes me happy. It's a really pleasant feeling, and I just really enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy my videos. Some of them, as you can see, are going to be lo-fi, some of them aren't. Oh, here we go. I do have a mini mic set. The problem is it's too unreliable. I can film shorts with it, and I have no problem with that, like reels, shorts, whatever you want to call them. But I don't filming a whole 30-minute video with them and taking that risk. I don't know, that seems risky to me. What if the audio cuts out? What if it doesn't always catch what I'm saying? I would hate to have to do all that editing. I like the videos to feel natural because they're ASMR videos. If I was doing regular spoken videos on different topics, that wouldn't be the case, right? I would want to cut the editing. I would want to have cool little noises, and every time something pops up on screen, you hear bloop. And maybe I could do that in a creative ASMR style, but you know what I mean? Like the editing is just not the same for, the editing is just not the same for ASMR videos versus regular videos on any given topic. I do like to talk about fragrance, though, I will say. Today I am wearing a soft petal pound cake, I believe it's called. Yeah, should be. I'll show you when I get parked. Either sweet petal pound cake or soft petal pound cake, I forgot. But basically it's sort of a flowery, floral, but then you get that like pound cake. So it's like a great mix between something rosy, flowery, and the strawberry pound cake sort of smell that you're used to. And because this scent is from Bath & Body Works, I bought it on Facebook Marketplace and it shipped to me, and I bought it in like a 4-pack. The lady was selling, they were used but very barely used. She was selling soft petal pound cake, she was selling cotton candy clouds, which was really what I bought the set for. I didn't expect to love the other 3 so much. She was selling disco daydream, and what was the 4th one? It was like a coconut whipped cream or something, whipped coconut or something. All of them by Bath & Body Works. And it was for $20, and I was like, you know what, these are all discontinued scents. Maybe, they all sound great. So I wanted to try them. All right, let me take a sip of my coffee because I've been talking for a minute. I bought these little to-go cups, and they have like a little sipper on them. So they kind of remind me of like the Starbucks cups. I mean, you also find that kind of cup at like Blaze Pizza, but that's a very specific place to talk about. But I love those kind of cups. It makes me, I just brew my coffee at home, and then it feels as though I've taken a Starbucks cup with me to work, right? It's all about how it feels. It's like how a body spray can feel just like a perfume. It's like that same thing. Like it depends on the feeling of it, If a body spray smells amazing, then you don't need a $300 perfume to smell amazing, right? It's about the feeling. If it makes you feel good, then you don't need a pricier alternative. Because one of the issues I'm having is that I am too reliant on fast food. I'm too reliant on, drive-thrus, basically. So I don't always get the fast food, but I'm getting fast drinks a lot. Like I'm always at either Wawa, Dunkin'. I don't really go to Starbucks very much. But McDonald's definitely for sure, for food-wise. And also because I really love their sweet tea. And it's always, we've got this at home, we've got that at home, and it's hard because when you live 30 minutes away from your job, it's not as easy to say, well, we have that at home, because home is so far away. Home is just so far away that it's not feasible, right? All right, so I haven't had my GPS on, so this whole time I haven't known how close we are, but we are getting close to the school. This car ride went really fast with you in it, I think, because we just talked the whole time, and it made it interesting and fun. fog is lightening up. You can't tell, but it is. I'm really excited to see, you know, if I can get this video made today. Watch out. We're turning. There you go. This is really a test video to see, you know, how soft-spoken works with this format. I tried to use the mini mic, like I said. There was no way that it was ever going to be safe for me to try to use the Blue Yeti. I can try, though, because I have the attachment that attaches it to my phone. I could try, but I wanted to test it out with just the phone audio, you know? See how that works out. See how you enjoy this, and see how it goes when I start editing. So, yeah, well, let's get parked, and then I'll show you some of my stuff for the day, and then we'll wrap up. Okay. See, that's why I like the back road. It's very easy, very calm. It is early, though. It's hard going to work in like the foggy, sort of dark. It's not dark out, but it's, you know, overcast and gray. It's very gray. Speed bump. Parking spot. All right, well, we are at work. We are at the school. I hope you enjoyed the video. I was wrong. It is not soft pedal pound cake. It is sweet pedal pound cake. I love the packaging on this, don't you? I'm gonna spray some before I go in. You know how it is. Well, I thank you so much for coming on this little ride with me. I really enjoyed talking to you. I hope this turned out well, and I'll try to cut out any parts that are too bumpy or too loud. And I hope you can hear me over the, you know, just car sounds and cars passing by, that sort of thing. It's just how things are, but I hope you found this relaxing. I hope to try more videos that are cool like this, and I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Bye.